Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to trade stocks using the Robinhood application. So first, when you open it, within that search bar you're able to see different news that's going on around the country and the world, and also the top movers, which have different companies that move a certain percentage of the day, and of course more news. So looking at the top, that's where you're going to search for the company in which you do want to invest in. So let's go ahead and start off with Apple. So once we get to this part, we're going to see the chart and the different days of that chart. You can look at a daily chart, weekly, monthly, yearly, and you could even look at a candlestick chart. And you could also use a candlestick chart for a more advanced use of this graph. So going down, you have the different statistics. For example, we have the open of the stock price and the high and the low. You have the 52-week high and the 52-week low, which is, as you can see, noticeably different. And you have obviously the volume of this stock which is being traded. Some keynotes to look at is the market cap, PE ratio, and dividend yield. So the market cap is essentially how much company is worth, which is obviously determined by the value of the stock within the stock market. So all it is basically the total market value of all of the outstanding shares. So essentially Apple is worth $1.34 trillion. Now going under that, we look at the PE ratio. The PE ratio is known as a price to earnings ratio. So what is that? It is essentially a metric which is used to value a company, and it's used across a wide array of investors throughout the world for a certain fundamental analysis. This shows all the investors how to determine the relative value of the stock itself and the company as a whole. Now going under that, we have a dividend yield. What that is essentially the amount of money that a company is going to pay a shareholder for owning it over the course of a year. Essentially, this is displayed as a percentage. So as you can see, Apple does pay a 1.09% dividend yield. So the thing about dividend yields is that not all companies have them, and it's usually the more mature companies that tend to pay these dividends. As we continue to scroll down, we see the different news, which is also on just this stock by itself, and also the analyst ratings. The analyst ratings is important due to the fact that it gives novice and beginner investors a sense of where the stock is heading to in the near future. You have one side, which is the bulls, which are people that are bullish about the stock, which means that they have a positive outlook. And then you also have what the bears are saying. And essentially, the bears are known as people that are pessimistic about this stock. And you can show more in order to see more details of each. Going down, you have the earnings of the past quarters. And as you can see here, we have the earnings for 2019 and up into 2020. The darker bluish green dots are the actual earnings per share. And then the more faint dots are the expected earnings per share. And you can also replay the earnings call if you are an investor of this stock. You can, have a sense of what people are buying nowadays, and obviously look at a potential company in which you would like to invest in. Going down, it shows the different types of categories it's featured in, such as tech, computer software, 100 most popular, etc. And last but not least, we have some information about the company itself and the CEO, the headquarters, the year it was founded, and the number of employees, which gives you a better understanding of the company, how it works, and how many employees it has. And this overall gives you a better sense of the company. Now going on to the most important part of this video is actually buying and selling stock. So at the very bottom, you do see a trade button. Once you click that, you're going to click buy, and you're going to get this page. So first of all, we're going to look at the types of orders there are. So at the top right, you see that there is a market order and also different orders. The two most important ones, which you should know as a beginner, is the market order and the limits order. So starting off with the market order, as you can see, Robinhood does have a beautiful and clear description of how this works. So essentially, all of market orders is a transaction which is meant to execute this purchase of the stock as quickly as possible at the current market price. Now, the thing to keep in mind is that a market order may or may not charge you what is displayed, which means that obviously due to supply and demand, it could be more expensive due to the fact that it's executed at a quicker pace. So it could be a little bit more expensive. And while it may be a few cents more expensive, it is not a big deal, but it can add up in the near future as you add more positions and buy multiple stock at a time. And the second order type would be a limit order. Now, all a limit order is essentially where you set the limit at which you are willing to buy this stock. So, for example, let's say this stock is currently at $310.65. You could put a limit order to buy, let's say, at $309. And once it reaches that price, that is when this order will execute. And then once you do want to buy it, all you do is click the amount of shares and then click review, and then you buy it. This video was made for the people that are brand new to investing, and I hope that you guys learned something. If you learned something, be sure to let me know in the comments. And if you would like to see more advanced techniques or the way I approach stock investing, be sure to let me know, and I'll be sure to make videos on that. You can also check out my other videos in which I talk about investing and trading. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.